If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Ash vs. Evil Dead, the Season 1, Episode 1 premiere, ELJefe, stop listening now, major spoilers, here we go. Ash has spent the last 30 years avoiding responsibility, maturity, and the terrors of the Evil Dead until a Deadite plague threatens to destroy all mankind, and Ash becomes mankind's only hope. Bruce Campbell is back as Ashley Ash J. Williams. I know you guys, if you are a Deadite fan, if you are a fan of, the Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, even the 2013 Evil Dead remake and reboot, you should know who Ash is, man. But Bruce Campbell is the only one that can play this character, and I think that after you watch this Ash vs. Evil Dead, you'll really understand that. It's fascinating to see how much skills this guy has, man. I don't understand how this... I don't understand how he does it, I mean, seriously, man, salute to Bruce Campbell. It's really, really awesome, man. Okay, so Bruce Campbell is going to be joined by Jill Jones, who plays Amanda, Dana DeLorenzo, who plays Kelly Maxwell, Lucy Lawless, who plays Ruby, and then Ray Santiago, who plays Pablo. Let me kind of break this thing down for you. You have Ash, who is pretty much like in retirement. He's in Deadite retirement. All of a sudden, he goes out to the club to get some poontang, and he ends up seeing something that is familiar to him that happened 30 years ago. What that is the Deadites that are coming alive. They're starting to, I guess you could say, resurface, and he has to take his place as either the hero or the zero, and he's going to choose to be the zero, as Ash usually always does. It's not until Kelly is in danger and Pablo is trying to save Kelly, and Pablo yells out, "Ash, help!" and Kelly says, "Please help me," that Ash actually takes, his rightful place, saying, with the chainsaw, and reunites with the chainsaw to save the day. Pretty much, if there's not a lady involved, if there's not something that Ash can get out of it, he's not going to help you, man. So, what I love about it, man, is that they have the Necronomicon, and they open it back up, and what happens is that Bruce Campbell's character Ash actually gets high one night as he's exercising his demons on this young lady, and they start to recite that familiar chant. Okay, and I don't want to spoil that, because the reason why I don't want to is because the way that they do it and what happens immediately after that flashback, it will have you on the floor laughing, man, because it's just, this is how Ash vs. Evil Dead should have happened, and I guess it's how you imagine it happening, how they would introduce the title. That's what happens, man, and I don't want to talk anything more about that, man, but the idea of having Ash get high and, trying to impress this girl and having her and him, recite the words, it's just classic, because that's just what Ash is, man. That's who he is. That's who the character is. And if you watched Army of Darkness, man, you understand that, especially when they split into two. I'm not going to say anything more about that. If you didn't get a chance to rewatch Ash vs. Evil, or not, if you didn't get a chance to rewatch Evil Dead, The Evil Dead, or Evil Dead 2, or Army of Darkness, you don't have to worry about that. They do have flashbacks. Army of Darkness is not part of this as of right now, and I'm hoping that Season 2, since it's been renewed already, that, maybe they can get the rights for Season 2 after it's become so popular, and maybe whoever owns the rights will probably give that up after the popularity goes, skyrockets, because I think that people will love this, man. I gave it a 10 out of 10 star rating, and I think you will, man. So anyway, here's what happens. After Ash finds out that the Deadites are alive, they transition over to the character of Amanda Fisher, who's played by Jill Jones, and Jill Jones has a partner, and that partner gets killed. I don't want to spoil how he gets killed, but I will say that it is funny. It is Army of Darkness funny. It is Evil Dead 2 funny. You will be on the floor laughing for this one, too. There's a lot of moments, man, that just had me, I don't know, well, it had me terrified, because you're taken right back into the horror that Sam Raimi is able to present inside of this series, and it's in such a way that it's comedy, but it's also, worse than Insidious, man. It'll have you on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen, but you can kind of guess. But the way that they do it, it's just, I don't know, man. The writing is just perfect, man. So anyway, we find out that there is a darkness there. The character of Joe Jones is introduced to these characters, and I'm kind of guessing that eventually Jill Jones, who plays Amanda and Ash will actually meet up, and then Lucy Lawless's character Ruby, she sees the aftermath of what happened to Amanda. She's inside of a let's go Waffle House, okay, and Amanda's character starts to see some stuff that that she kind of perceives that her eyes are playing tricks on her. Well, Ruby, who is Lucy Lawless, she says, there's nothing wrong with your eyes. Sometimes what you see is what you see. And that's just kind of telling us as the fans and also her that, this is the reality that we're in right now. Until Ash takes up his mantle and he fights against these entities, then this is the reality that we're going to be facing. I don't know who Lucy Lawless's character Ruby is. I don't trust her as of right now, because why did she say that and then walk away? We don't really know. We get introduced to Pablo and then Kelly immediately after that, or probably a little bit later. And that is I guess you could say, co-workers that Ash is working with. Ash goes to his job after he tells this lady who's living in this trailer park to, take care of his stuff. This lady has a thing for Ash, so she'll do pretty much whatever he wants. So she pretty much wants to bang Ash, and Ash knows that. And it's one of those really funny moments where I'm not going to spoil that either. And it has to do with cleaning the trailer, okay? Now, once Ash decides, okay, I'm not going to fight this thing, I'm going to leave town, he goes to his work where Kelly and Pablo are at, and he says that he's going to tell his boss that he's going to quit. Once we get to that scene, we get to introduce the character of Pablo the first time, and Pablo helps out Ash. It seems as if Pablo knows something either not about Ash, but about heroes and about, legends and good stuff, to where, he's not going to let Ash just be a nobody, a zero. He wants him to be definitely a hero, man. And I'm kind of quoting Hercules, the Disney movie, because I just feel like that's what we're getting. Not like a Disney movie, but it's just, hero zero, man. Who do you want to be? And once we get to Pablo's scene, he tells him about this legend called ELJefe, which was like his grandfather or something like that told him about, and he believes that ELJefe is Ash, and Ash has to be ELJefe. Ash and Kelly share this moment, man, which I'm not going to spoil because I think it's just so funny, it's so hilarious. It's a pickup line used by Ash, and then Kelly is either going to fall for it or she's going to reject it, and it's hilarious, man. It's literally 37 seconds. And you will be on the floor dying from laughter, man. I know I was, man. Okay, so when we get back to Ash's trailer, after Kelly and Pablo escape the familiar scene from the Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's that classic scene that Sam Raimi is known for, what the Evil Dead franchise is known for, okay? I'm not going to say anything else, but the way that they show you that, this is the second time that we see it. The first time as we see it is with Amanda Fisher's character, played by Jill Jones. That is, it's so classic, and I think that's what was missing inside of the Evil Dead reboot of 2013, Evil Dead. Sam Raimi does it in such a way that it's to be taken seriously. Like, it is really terrifying. You feel like you can't escape it, but the characters always escape it at the last minute. And it's inside the Evil Dead reboot 2013, it seemed as if they added that extra element to it, and it just took away from it. But it goes back to the classic way that it's supposed to be presented, and you'll love it, man. Okay, so after that, we go to this scene where we have flashbacks, and this is where Ash goes into put the light bulbs up where his boss had told him about. The light bulb scene is hilarious. He goes inside of the warehouse, and all of a sudden you hear like this little this little noise, man. It's like a little person talking or whatever. Turns out that it is a Barbie doll character, what is called a Barbie doll. And this Barbie doll character comes to life, and it is hilarious, man. I'm talking about Army of Darkness. It's on that scale, man, to where, they're stretching the nose, they're biting the nose, they're pulling the face. and Bruce Campbell's the only one that can deliver a performance with nothing on his face. It's just him acting, and then the CGI is added later. And it's one of those scenes where you're just like, you're laughing, man, but you're like also like, man, I hope somebody helps him out. And then Pablo comes up, he helps him out. Ash ends up telling him the story of, you know, the Evil Dead 2, and there was a little bit, I felt there was a nod to Army of Darkness, even though I know that it's probably not correct, but I'm going to say it anyway. All of the elements of what happened to Bruce for the last 30 years are told inside of that sequence, and Pablo's just kind of blown away. Anyway, long story short, Kelly has a video conference with her father. Her father sees that her mother has come back to life. She sees her mother, and then after that, all hell pretty much breaks loose. The tornado comes in, tries to take over the store. Kelly is worried about her parents. She wants to get over there to help them out, and that looks like that's going to be the mission for episode number 2. Ash has to take Kelly and Pablo over to her parents' house to rescue them, and then what ends up happening is that Pablo tries to convince Ash, you know, to fight. Ash says, the hell with that, I'm out of here. Ash drives back to his trailer. Kelly and Pablo are left at the store. That familiar scene from Sam Raimi and the Evil Dead, it comes forth trying to chase them. They escape. They end up going over towards Ash's trailer, and that's where we get the famous scene, man. Inside of Ash's trailer, there is a, how do you want to say it? It's one of those familiar scenes, and I don't want to spoil this, man, but it's the classic Evil Dead stuff where this spirit or this energy is pushing on the walls and windows, and things are busting and crashing through. And then Ash, you know, we get the reveal of where the actual chainsaw has been for 30 years, and it's on this mantle. You remove the cover that's covering the chainsaw, and there's this old lady that is the neighbor that wants to pretty much bone Ash, and she believes in Ash, she loves Ash, and he's the one that told her to go and clean up the trailer while he was gone. Well, she is now she's now dead, okay, and she's been possessed, I guess you can say. I don't want to spoil too much, man, but there's a fight scene, and when you watch the trailer, that infamous scene, man, where you see Ash jump forward and he puts his how do you want to say, his missing hand arm forward, and he reunites and connects with the chainsaw. After that, something happens to where, you know, he gets his first confirmed kill inside of Ash vs. Evil Dead, and I'm telling you, man, you'll get goosebumps. You will fall on the floor, man, you know, crying, and just, you will embrace, man, the Evil Dead and what this Ash vs. Evil Dead is, because it feels as if there's like a homecoming, man. The homecoming that you've been waiting for all these years. It's finally here, the moment of truth, and it's pretty cool, man. Pablo, convinced Ash to do this, man, to take up the mantle, to be the hero, and Kelly now believes in Ash also, man, and it's gonna be funny and interesting to see how those characters mesh. Pablo likes Kelly. Kelly, I believe, now is kind of drawn towards Ash. We'll see how that plays out. Hopefully nothing bad happens to any of the characters. They're all really, really great characters, man. Well-rounded cast. And I just love it, man. I love everything about it, man. The last 30 seconds, you hear, Pablo say some things to Ash, and same thing with Kelly, but they're all standing behind Ash, and Ash says, it's good to be back, and he says groovy, or Pablo says, how does it feel to be back, and then Ash says groovy, and then after that, the credits, for Ash vs. Evil Dead, pop up on the screen, and the theme songs, man, the score inside of here is just epic, man. It'll have you, pumping your fists, man, rocking out, jamming out. You will absolutely love what's happening inside of Ash vs. Evil Dead, man. I'm out of time, guys, man. I hope that everything is going good with you guys, man. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will come back every single week with an Ash vs. Evil Dead review. This is something that I'm passionate about, so you will see that. I know I always say that I'm going to do the Walking Dead ones, but sometimes if the episode's not good, I just don't do it. But for Ash vs. Evil Dead, I don't care. I'm loving it. It's going to be here every single week, man. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can keep up with everything, because there's going to be a lot of stuff being posted about that, man. Also, you can check out on my channel the unboxing of Ash's package that is from Starz. Once again, thank you, Starz, man, for that opportunity and for having that link, man. I think it's just cool, man, because we've been waiting for Halloween to come. Halloween is finally here, and we get the package right on time. Absolutely bravo, man. Sam Raimi, salute to you, man. Bruce Campbell, salute to you and all the cast and the crew. You guys did an amazing job, man. 10 out of 10 stars, man. We're out of here.